We're all starting to feel pretty good, just cleaning shit up, you know?
What kind of little mistakes are you referring to?
Oh, just like technical stuff. You are on the wrong spot on your post, a little flat here, like a little, let's say this is squared up to the shooter, you're a little too flat on time. So just little adjustments that come with time and seeing plays and stuff. So it's coming. It's just here and there I catch myself making the wrong play, but that's just part of preseason, adapting and stuff. So.
On that Kendra Miller goal, I mean, you looked pretty upset afterwards that it went in. What was sort of going through your head there?
Oh, I was just frustrated that it hit the leg, you know. Nothing really you could do about that because hit the leg outside my frame. So, yeah, it's a way to lose a game, you know, off a leg, but that's hockey, I guess, right? Sometimes we're going to be on the right end of those. Tonight we weren't, so, you know, just trying to do the right thing. So, you know, more often than not, you're the one getting the good bounces, not having them against you.
Kind of mentioned making small adjustments. How valuable are these games at this time of the year to be able to do that?
Yeah, they're really valuable, especially since I didn't play a heck of a lot last year. You know, they're important to me, just getting my timing and reads back. But you know, every game feels a little better, and things are coming along good. So I'm happy with where I'm progressing.
The team as a whole, preseason's been largely pretty good for you guys as a group so far. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, the guys are competing, battling, working hard. You know, I think preseason's been pretty good so far. You know, boys are working hard and you know, trying to implement the systems the coaches are asking for, working hard, tracking, and battling for each other. So it's been good to see.
Mac, one of the things that Lindy said earlier in the week that was probably there'd start to be some cuts towards the end of the week. In your position in particular, does that change anything for you, just having different guys in front of you almost every single game, and now things will start to narrow itself down?
I mean, the more you play with the group, the better chemistry you have, the more you can read off each other. But right now, I mean, every game's more just trying to find my way, find my technical, you know, cleaning things up. Yeah, so. You know, right now it doesn't really matter who's out there. It's good to get guys chances and let them see the game. So, I mean, I'm happy for guys that are getting opportunities to play. But, yeah, for right now, it's just good to go out there and just worry about myself.
How are you feeling, by the way, after yesterday's obviously being sick?
Yeah, I mean, this morning a little under the weather, still fighting a cough and the cold a bit, but much better than yesterday, able to play today.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm happy for him that he feels healthy. So it's nice to have a solid influence in the net there.
Yeah.
So like really calms the team the way we play. So I think we play an aggressive style. So there's bound to be breakdowns even on our best night. So we're gonna need someone in there that's up to the task. So it's good that he feels healthy, and we're gonna need him up to his game, and we're going to need all of them throughout the season.
How do you kind of feel this game unraveled for you guys? Obviously, you know, really had a tough time collectively generating shots and all that, but then that push in that second period.
Yeah, we had a better second period. I think we just generally struggled to create a lot of ozone time.
Yeah.
I mean, the shots were pretty lopsided early, so I think the score doesn't exactly tell the full tale of the game. I mean, Blackie did play pretty well in the first little bit. I mean, played well the whole night, but I think that's kind of why we were ahead. So I think it just struggled to gain momentum. So we needed to look at that and figure out why we weren't able to sustain ozone and why we were caught in our own end a little bit.
When you're talking about that, like trying to figure out why, is it kind of hard when you're in a preseason game where there's all different levels of players, there's all different, you know, possibilities where players will be in the year? You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't read too much into preseason.
Yeah.
Lineups aren't made, and guys aren't in their best form yet either. I mean, guys are making mistakes, and veteran guys are making mistakes too, myself included. So it's something that's why you have it. That's why teams want to do it. So there's a reason you don't play for points, and everyone comes here ready to play, and you keep working with the Kings together. So that's what it is, and we're just working to hit the regular season and be in good shape.
For you, do you feel that like your timing is there, especially on the penalty kill? I know it's probably a reflex that you have to work on as like through the preseason to get to that point.
Yeah, we've had some changes with the new staff, so I think there's actually it is different for even guys that are returning. So it's definitely an adjustment period for myself. We definitely have a few different systems implemented. So yeah, it just takes time, even for guys that have been here before, and even guys that have been here more than just 1 year. It'll take a few games, but That's the whole point of it.
Playing alongside those guys.
It feels like you're getting my speed up. It
Yeah.
felt like we created a lot of chances out there. It just me that need to put the puck in the net. I had 3 really good locks out there that I wanted to score on, so I need to work on that.
And what maybe is that missing piece for you? Obviously, not every scoring chance is going to go in, but what are you sort of feeling there?
No, it's just the small details. As more comfortable you get, like the more you can watch the goalie, see where he is in the net, and they just need to put the puck in the net.
Are you seeing a different Jack Hughes in a positive way, just with another year of experience? I know you've known him for a little while now.
Yeah, totally. I just watch him. I never played with him really, so but his speed is a fantastic player. Very, very creative. So every time I get the puck, I try to find him and then try to get open. So that's what I need to do.
When it comes to your camp in particular, do you feel that you've put yourself in a good spot, especially the fact that you've been on that consistent line to be making a statement here?
Yeah, I feel like being put in a good position. I just need to perform every day. That's the thing. I can never take a day off. You just need to get better every day and show that I can play on that level in that line.
What do you feel was happening with your team in that first period that really those shots ended up being extremely lopsided? What was it in the play that didn't allow your team to generate that?
Well, they came with a lot of pressure. We didn't handle the pressure very well. I think some of our puck play, we didn't hang on to enough pucks, and we spent too much time playing our own end. It was a hard compete. They were on top of us. They won more battles. I thought it was a great game to look at battles and board play, and when you're under pressure like that, can you make the plays?
So a good game in terms of teaching certain lessons.
That's a great game. You need to be in those type of games. Our team needs to play in hard games where you got to play in periods where you get dominated. I thought we were dominated. I thought we bounced back and came out with a good second. The second and third were, pretty even. We missed some good opportunities. I thought our compete was better. Our puck movement was better. I told the team after first period that was all their period. Now we got to go out and we got to answer the bell.
When you're looking at Alexander Holtz and you've put him in a position to really succeed with Andre and Jack, where as a coaching staff is that sort of risk reward when it comes to keeping him in that spot while allowing him to also learn his abilities?
Well, I think it's we're trying to evaluate his game, see where it's at. Every aspect of that. Whether you've got fatigue in your game, whether you can get back to your own end, whether you can handle the pressure you're under on walls, the physicality. So he had the puck on his stick enough. He had a couple of good opportunities. Those are the ones you'd like to see him, hit the back of the net. He did a lot of good things in the game. There's a lot of areas he's got to improve still.
Are some of the young defensemen doing enough to make a push for maybe that 7th spot, whether it's Riley or Kevin Ball yesterday, Nikita? Are you seeing enough from some of those guys?
Yeah, I think they're competing hard. I think, if you look at the pressure our D were under early in the first period when we didn't have the puck enough, we didn't handle the pressure. We gave the puck back to them. We didn't end plays right away. We know what different defensemen can bring. And obviously there was 2 or 3 defense struggled in the first period, but I thought they rebounded and started to play pretty well.
Hey, Coach. This is the second game in a row where the Rangers didn't score on the power play against you. You're 100% against them on the PK. Do you read much into that in the preseason?
Well, it's hard because teams don't have what you would call the first unit, second unit. I mean, they have pieces of it. You're happy when you don't get scored against. We're working on different killers. I mean, I think if you look at the guys we used to kill tonight, a lot of them have never killed a penalty for us. So that bulk of forwards that went out there, Jack went out at times, Palat went out at times. So a good part of that was players that haven't even killed, and I thought they did a good job.
Just like in terms of compete on Jack's goal, keeping that puck alive for Andre, keep that puck alive, make a nice pass. Kind of got bobbled a little bit, but just keeping that puck in the zone and then Jack on the goal. What did you make of that goal?
Well, we talked about that after the first period, the puck pressure we're going to need. We didn't have enough puck pressure. We weren't connected enough. Our second guy wasn't there quick enough. We weren't hard enough on the one-on-one battles. There's just a lesson there that, if you're going to swing off your battle or if you're not going to stay in there and compete, you're going to spend a lot of time playing in your own end.
And what did you make of forechecking, just like guys, getting in there, banging bodies?
I just gave you what I made of forechecking. I didn't like it early on.
Okay.
I thought we were terrible.
Right.
It's obvious that Mackenzie had a very good game back there, but what do you take from that and how he's played now through both appearances this preseason?
Mackenzie gave us a real good game. Really unfortunate on the second goal. I think it hit, I don't know whose leg or whose foot it hit, but give them credit. They had people around the net. I think that's one area we didn't get enough traffic. We didn't get enough people there. But Mackenzie's game I thought was strong. He looked quick. He had good reads. It was a good night for him.
Mackenzie had talked about just now, how he likes to correct some of these, little things that in his game, and how much have you seen that from him throughout this training camp, him coaching himself?
Well, I think goalie's always working on stuff. When it gets technical, I try to stay out of it. Correcting stuff, playing with instinct, making athletic saves. I can just tell you that from the bench, I thought he made a lot of plays where it was instinct, it was athleticism. He just looked quick. He looked fast. He looked alert. I thought he looked really good. So,
Lindy, earlier this week you had mentioned that potentially at this point you'd start to, trim down the roster. Do you now enter a different phase of training camp once next week starts? And what does that kind of look like for you and your coaching staff?
Well, tomorrow is a day off. And then we have another practice, an open practice that we get ready for. We play on Monday again. I think the next phase really starts after Monday. I think a lot of players have been given a fair look. When you play, you're set up with back-to-back games, and they're coming in a hurry, and we're still practicing, in between those games. It's an opportunity to see which guys can maintain a high level, play 2 games in 3 nights, something like that. And that next phase is getting into what we think will be lines. We're pretty close to those lines, although we have some injured players right now. So, really that'll be what we're looking at next week.